There was a gunman in Jacksonville, Florida, and it turns out that he was targeting the blacks. The story begins with a visit to Edward Waters University, where the suspect's refusal to identify himself turned into a campus confrontation. Now, I know we all have those moments that we'd rather not show our IDs, but this guy took it to an entirely different level. The university security wasn't having it, and they promptly gave him the boot, told him to get out of here. Campus security reported the encounter, but little did they know that it was just a prelude to a much darker chain of events. After being turned away from the campus, this dude put on a bulletproof vest and a mask. Armed to the teeth, he headed to the nearest Dollar General store where his warped intentions unfolded. He shots were fired, and the unimaginable happened. He specifically targeted certain people. He shot 3 innocent victims, leaving a trail of devastation behind. Police found his rants outlining an ideology of hate towards black folks, hate mail to his parents, a manifesto to the public, and the cherry on top, a hate-filled message to federal agents. This sounds like a hate crime. What do you guys think? So far, it certainly sounds like a hate crime. If we rewind the clock and piece together how this whole thing came together, the gunman left his home in Clay County, headed to Jacksonville, sent some crazy text to his father, and then all hell broke loose. Luckily, the police, well, I can't even say luckily, but the police did respond quickly, but not before 3 people had been shot already. His weapons had swastikas on them, adding to the fact that he was indeed a racist. And this isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a larger pattern of gun violence that's plaguing our nation. The sad truth is we're witnessing shootings from these people like this way too much. And nothing, in my opinion, has been done about it. The numbers don't lie. Over 400 mass shootings in just 1 year. That's nearly 2 for every sunrise and sunset. The FBI has its eye on this tragedy, but it's being treated as a hate crime. But it's time for all of us to open our eyes and realize that we're facing a much deeper crisis. Racism, ugly racism, rearing its ugly head and wrapped in mental illness. Yep, I said it. Racism wrapped in mental illness. Is racism going to be categorized as a mental illness? I haven't heard them say yet that he had a mental illness, but I'm waiting on it. It's going to come out. They're going to say it. Somebody's going to say he's been troubled for some time. His dog died. Something happened that triggered him to where he's become a lunatic and is off his meds. The sheriff came onto camera, did a press conference, and basically said straight out to us that this shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people. The shooter did not appear to know the victims, and it is believed that he acted alone. He continued saying that this is a dark day in Jacksonville's history, Jacksonville, Florida. Honestly, the words and actions of the governor of Florida don't help. I know some of you are going to listen to this and say it has nothing to do with Ron DeSantis. It has a whole lot to do with Ron DeSanctimonious. A whole lot. The whole taking the history of slavery out of the school books, all that. It's empowering and emboldening idiots like this to do what they do, to act on their hate, act on their rage, act on what they're going to call their mental illnesses. So, thoughts and prayers with the families of the fallen, and I'm glad this young man, and I hope we can prevent these types of acts in the future. Should there be you let me know, should there be a ban on guns? Should there be a ban on just assault weapons? What are your thoughts? Should there be stricter? This is the age-old, mind you, this is the age-old debate between the left and the right. I'm in Texas, mind you, so even though while I'm in Texas, while I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, I'm gonna say that on almost every video. While I'm an independent, I believe in the right to bear arms. However, I believe that there should be stricter guidelines for who can get them. Back way back in the day when I worked at Walmart, and people would be able to come buy guns. I'm not. They probably still can. It wasn't a very difficult process for anybody to come in and get a gun at all. And it seems that that process is still just as simple. So how about we call for stricter guidelines, stricter regulations on who can qualify for a gun, deeper background check, mental health wellness check. How about that? Check people's social media, see if they are going to possibly commit a hate crime. What's their personality profile? A whole lot of different things can help you determine. Because if they would have did a check on this boy, they would be able to see that he was a racist and probably don't need to have his hands on no guns. So you're going to ask, so are you saying, Lamar, all racists should be banned from having the guns? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, they should. Why? Why? If you have the propensity, in my opinion, as a racist, as a hate-filled person in this new year, new age of 2023, the time this is recorded, to be hate-filled, then no, you shouldn't have a goddamn gun. Why? So you can go kill people? This is not the 50s, 60s, 20s, 30s, 1800s. It's not. You can't do it. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this crazy tragedy? And then also, what are your thoughts on gun laws? What are your thoughts? And no, I don't think they should go pick up guns from everybody's houses. I think we should be able to bear arms. I'm a Texan. Y'all have a nice night. A nice day. Nice evening. I'm Lamb. This is Lamb Levity. Peace out.